Welcome to the last episode of the CySec101 training series, where we're going to be talking about the training impact on your team and your team members, including yourself. And this is episode 53, which is literally the last episode. And this is going to be building your cybersecurity career. So this is the last module that we had. And this is that part of the Cybersecurity 101 pathway of TryHackMe. So very, very important video because I think this brings everything full circle for us. The most weak elements of a security posture, of our security plan, are the human beings that are involved. And this is the most crucial element for us to account for, because the technology, for the most part, once you've set it up and you make sure that you have the most secure version of something, you could be pretty rest assured that it's all good. But if the system is outdated and the team member doesn't update it, that has nothing to do with the system. That has to do with the team member who wasn't urgent enough to update it. So there's a lot of different things that ultimately just kind of wind back down and connect to that human being that was involved. And this is where this kind of, again, just the rubber meets the road, so to speak, where this whole thing becomes full circle. So as a part of this video, we're going to be talking about just the impact of cybersecurity training. We're going to talk about cybersecurity training for large organizations and writing a cybersecurity training investment proposal, because more likely, more often than not, the company that you end up working with doesn't want to spend the money and they want to keep this budget as small as possible, but then they won't look at what the cost would be to their organization if they got hacked or if their security was an issue, which is millions of dollars. Like the average cost of a cyber breach or security breach is something like $4.6 million. So this is not a small cost to these things. Then looking at your vendors and how you would actually select your vendors. And then there's something called the Trusted Foundry that has to do with government entities and essentially where they get their hardware, and making sure that the hardware hasn't been tampered with and you're not getting something that already has some kind of spyware injected in it or some chip that's associated installed on it that is tracking everything that you're doing. So all of that stuff falls under training and making sure that you have access to the right resources, the right people, the right vendors, etc. And of course, we're going to have our final conclusion, and we're going to have our final thoughts on Cybersecurity 101. And then, you'll be released. You'll be dismissed for the day. So that is it for the outline of this video. If you're serious about your CySec training and want to get access to me on Discord, consider joining Hackaholics Anonymous. We have 4 tiers: the Supporter, Agent, Guardian, and Master. Each tier gets their own Discord server and early access to content. The Agent, Guardian, and Master levels get exclusive content, exclusive downloads, monthly Python automations, live streams with me every month, bug bounties, plus so much more. And to join, you can simply click the link in the description below. You can go to our homepage and click the join button there, or you can go to youtube.com/@hankhackshackers/join, and you will be able to join Hackaholics Anonymous. Now, without further ado, let us jump into the training impact on teams. I mean, to really understand the impact of cybersecurity training, I actually recommend you go through the Security Plus playlist that's on this channel, because there are a lot of case studies that I give at the end of every single section of big companies that failed in some capacity to take care of their cybersecurity structure or posture. And as a result of that, they were damaged badly, either by being robbed or held at ransom, or the lawsuits or the fines and things like that. So it's very important. Believe it or not, it's very, very important. So how do you master anything? And there's the 10,000 hour rule, right? 10,000 hours it seems like a really long time, and it kind of is, but that is basically how you would master anything. So you practice and you train, and cybersecurity is no different in any way. Nobody's born a security expert. Nobody's born a hacker. So everybody needs to gain the relevant skills and work diligently to keep them up to date and build upon them. So practicing is what you learn in cybersecurity when it has certain requirements. Example, it usually involves setting up a computer lab environment to ensure that the setup doesn't harm production systems. And this is why training platforms are indispensable in your journey to become a master. For example, TryHackMe. TryHackMe is an amazing place because they have these controlled environments where you can run hacking exercises and security exercises and doing all these things without affecting your own computer or without doing anything illegal that would actually cause you to get a felony and then get arrested and a long time in jail. So it's a big deal, right? So an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Very, very powerful saying. And cybersecurity is no different. So when responsible for system security, it's better to learn in a training environment than during a live incident. So prepare, right? Prepare and prevent instead of having to do damage control. So proper training increases the quality of cybersecurity teams work, and therefore reduces the likelihood of accidents. And the real power of training from an organization perspective is that it increases the team's capacity without hiring additional team members. The main reason is that it prepares the team to handle what will come their way. Instead of learning new concepts, techniques, and tools in the middle of a cyber attack, they have come prepared. Training makes it feasible to hire a junior person and give them the means to ramp up quickly. Training also decreases the effort required by senior staff to train the same material over and over and over again. Centralized training creates a common baseline within an organization to assess skills, knowledge, and their development. Instead of vague terms like junior or senior, employees' skills can describe more specifically what they can actually do. This makes it easier to make informed decisions when assigning tasks to an employee or a team, and insights to an employee's current skills also clarifies the path that they must follow to take the next step. Training can also be fun and foster teamwork. The experience of being a part of a team during a capture the flag exercise builds incredible friendships, which will help when it's actually needed. So it's also, it is really fun. So what is the most efficient way to ramp up the skills of a junior hire in cybersecurity? That would be training. Let's talk about the training for large organizations. All right, a large organization, so a smaller team, off-the-shelf training would be most logical. However, if your team exceeds a certain size, typically beyond 20 people, or if your training needs are very specific, it makes sense to customize the existing training to your organization's needs, or customize a framework that you would get from NIST, for example, or from MITRE, or from OSI, or ISO. Like it would make sense, it would be practical to actually customize those frameworks to meet your specific organization's needs. So TryHackMe enables this via the Content Studio and allows you to modify or even create modules based on your organization's training and priorities, such as customization. Such customization increases the efficiency of your users. That's actually really awesome. I didn't even know that this existed. I knew that you could create rooms, but I didn't realize that it's called the Content Studio and you can use it. I didn't even think about using it to train your employees. So that's amazing. Large corporations don't want a standalone solution, but need it integrated into their existing software landscape. They usually look for a training solution that supports single sign-on, as well documented APIs, and such functionalities ensure training with existing systems seamlessly. So what is the name of the dashboard that TryHackMe offers? And that is what? The Content Studio. That's awesome. Cool. I feel like this is like a little promo that they're having to use all of the different features of TryHackMe. And I don't blame them. Obviously, it's a very, very good idea. So now let's write a cybersecurity training investment proposal. If you think about your people as your assets, it's a really good idea to invest in them, right? So companies invest in their employees like any wealthy person invests in their individual assets, because these people are your assets. They can either be your assets or they can be your liabilities. So you expect your company to realize the importance of this and even require employees to undergo specific training. Sometimes you have to make a case to actually make that happen. So this is the scenario: calculating the financial impact of training. The situation would be that there's a cybersecurity team that has 10 employees. Each employee costs $80,000 annually. The training increases productivity by 4%. So knowing that one employee costs $80,000 and that they have 10 employees, then the savings or gains due to the training of these people would be $32,000, which is what? You have 10 times 4%, which is 40%, times 80,000, which ends up being $32,000, right? So assuming that the cost of training is $500 per employee and the total cost is $5,000, which is 10 times 5, right? So this is it's a really easy way to calculate that, okay, you know what? You would actually get an ROI of 640%, because you would gain $32,000 for the $5,000 that you would be investing. Okay, So this is how you essentially can kind of, I would say, prepare some kind of a calculation where they are looking at the dollars and cents of each individual person and what actually it means to the company when you're looking at the cost versus the return, right? So the return on their investment is what we're talking about. So there are a lot of proposals, and TryHackMe has learned what works and what doesn't. So you can download this attached proposal, cost saving by investing in cybersecurity, and it should increase the likelihood of obtaining the budget. So we're going to look at this situation. A cybersecurity team has 20 employees. Each employee costs $50,000 annually, and training these people increases productivity by 4%. So what would be the savings due to the increased productivity? So I will pull out my phone calculator real quick, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to do 50,000, and then we're going to multiply that by 20 people, and that's going to be 1,000,000. And so 4% of that would be 40,000, right? So that's an easy one to establish. There we go. There we go. Assuming that training costs $500 per employee, what's the return on the investment? So 500 for employee, and that would be what, 20 employees. So we have 10,000. So if we do 40, right, divided by 10, that's what, 4, technically being 400%. So if you do 40 divided by 10,000, that's 4. And what is it? I think we have to put the actual percentage sign here as well. So 400%, there you go. So easy to calculate it. Let's look at this specific task file, because I do want to check this proposal out and see what that looks like. So here's the proposal headline. You have cost savings by investing in cybersecurity training. We recommend investing in interactive cybersecurity training labs. We'll reap considerable cost savings by addressing our recruitment challenges, reducing new hire ramp time, increasing employee productivity, improving employee retention, reducing our effort for maintaining in-house training labs, and decreasing our reliance on consultants. The problem, and so this is like a great sales pitch, right? Essentially, a proposal is a sales pitch, right? So first you point out the problem. You give them the headline, you say, this is what we're trying to do. And the benefit is that we're going to have cost savings, and we're going to reap a lot of benefits by addressing these recruitment challenges and all of these other things. So these are literally all benefits that you're outlining for the person. And now you're going to explain how that is, right? I kind of have a background in writing copy, so this is like, I recognize all of this. So our team isn't performing at its peak capacity due to missing knowledge. We struggle to recruit cybersecurity employees because of an overheated job market. It takes senior employees considerable time to ramp new hires into productive employees. Our cybersecurity team learns from live incidents instead of realistic training labs. Our employees have limited access to static and out-of-date training materials, and employees receive a one-size-fits-none training. One size fits none. That's interesting. So senior employees spend significant time building and maintaining proprietary training labs. Our internal cybersecurity training labs are a potential attack vector, and we hire external consultants while our team is hungry for knowledge. So these problems create a gap between our security goals and the current situation. The recommended approach would be to make our cybersecurity team more effective by training them on an air-gapped platform with engaging, interactive, and up-to-date content. We recommend expanding our talent pool by hiring non-cybersecurity employees and rapidly developing their skills. All new cybersecurity hires will learn hands-on skills during highly effective onboarding, and this onboarding consists of industry standard building blocks complemented by customization, and their measures will increase effectiveness of the team. TryHackMe meets and exceeds our requirement by addressing the problem. The business case for engaging TryHackMe is highly positive. This is literally a sales page for TryHackMe. I'm not mad at them at all. And that's basically it. That's the end of the proposal, right? So you go through this. I would improve this by actually putting like the cost per employee, because technically it's like, honestly, you can make the room free and just require that people create a username and password, and you don't even have to it's really interesting when you think about it, because you really don't even have to make the room a paid room. You can create a free room, and every employee in your company can use it to develop themselves and grow. And I mean, depending on if it's just a lecture format or if you actually want them to be able to use a virtual machine, that might be some limitation, and maybe TryHackMe will require you to create some kind of a paid structure, because it costs them money to deploy virtual machines and it uses bandwidth on their servers and things like that. But if it's just a lecture only room, I think it would be a great idea to actually go through it and see what you can do to train your employees. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents on it. So let's talk about the selection of vendors. And simply following just the theme of this video, I can already guess that this is going to be talking about why TryHackMe would be a great vendor. So we have learned the importance of training. We need to consider the selection of training vendor. There are a few essential things to consider. And these are the questions. So who are you buying the training for? What are the experience and background role topics relevant to the employee? Has the vendor experience with similar organizations? What is the content's breadth, depth, and quality for the topics that you care about? Can users learn, train, and practice on a single platform? The cost of training is important for the CFO. However, given the cost of cybersecurity employees, the cost of training is typically dwarfed by the benefits by making the team more productive. So think about it and answer these questions, thinking about this and answering these questions is a critical step for making the optimal vendor selection. And that's basically the last piece of it. And then we have our conclusion here. So, I mean, in conclusion, we can conclude that TryHackMe, I mean, if you've gone through any of the videos in CySec101 with me, or if you've gone through the SOC level 1 or the junior pen tester or any of those things, then you already have a really good idea of how valuable it is to be at TryHackMe. And I have used this platform ever since I got my certification for cybersecurity, because when you go through your education for, CompTIA CYSA Plus or any of those things, usually the labs and the things that they teach you for practical stuff is limited. It's not, they don't give you this open reign and this free environment to run these exercises and try to learn all these different things. So I came here mainly because of the fact that I wanted an environment that was controlled for me and I could do whatever the hell I wanted and attack a bunch of different machines and run as many attacks as I wanted. And that this is the environment to do something like that. And the cost of it is nothing compared to the value that you're getting. I think right now it's $12 a month. If you use the link in the description below, you get a $5 discount from that. So it ends up being $7. And if you don't want to do that, if you wanted to just pay for the year, I think you would also get a discount that way. So there's just, it's you can't even factor it. Like, you really can't even factor it. If you paid the $12 a month, at $12 a month, you would end up paying $144 for the year, which is nothing when you consider how much education you're getting, the fact that you can use virtual machines to attack each other and do all of those things. It's literally nothing. It's like a drop in the bucket. And you will develop your skill set, you get badges, you get certificates for completion, and you can use all of that in your portfolio to display that you have actually learned a skill set and you've achieved something. And the members of our community, people come in the comments and they say, yeah, at our university that we're studying cybersecurity for, they told us to use TryHackMe for all of our labs. So this is a website, this is a service that is actually being recommended by universities who are teaching cybersecurity. So, that's a really hard pitch. It's like a sales pitch. I totally understand, but it's also because I really truly believe in it. And I mean, I have so many videos. I think I probably have over 200 videos on this channel that are just dedicated to the different labs that we have or we've gone through on TryHackMe. So I think it's a very powerful resource. I think you will really love it. If you don't already have a username and password, there's over 300 rooms that are free. You don't even need to pay for anything on TryHackMe, and you can go through those 300 rooms. And a lot of those rooms also have virtual machines that you can use for free. So if you want to go into the advanced stuff, then you would need to get your paid membership, and then you can start doing the hacking exercises and like really go into some of the advanced tactics. And again, that's just my page. So if you don't have one already, you can use the link in the description below and you'll get a discount on your membership. And if you are a business, you can go to business.tryhackme.com, and then from there you can inquire about setting something up for your organization. So strengthening the defenses with training for professionals, which is very, very important. And obviously, this is for an enterprise type of an environment. So if you have over 20 employees, or let's say however many, I think that in the description it said over 20 employees. So if you have over 20 employees, this would be a really great place to go to set up some kind of a training environment for your employees to make sure that they're all good, and you can teach them labs and etc., etc., etc. So I think it's very, very, very useful. There's also TryHackMe Classrooms. If you want to learn more about what it can do for educational institutions, for example, people who have students. So a school, if they want to teach something, they can actually go through TryHackMe Classrooms and be able to do it. So CompTIA uses it, Google uses it. Again, very, very cool stuff. This is not a small website. This is not a small community. They have over 2 million users. I happen to be in the top 1% of those 2 million users. So I don't want to brag or anything, but I am in the top 1% of those 2 million users. I kind of want to I want to flex a little bit. Okay, I think they changed it. I don't know if they have it anymore. They used to, for sure. They used to say you were ranked like, whatever, and then you were in the top whatever percent. I feel like they don't have it anymore. This is my username if you want to add me as a friend, because you can actually have friends on there. I am a legend level. Let's be honest about this. Come on. I just saw something that popped up. 21 enjoyable levels. Legend is this. If you have greater than 0 points, you're a neophyte. Where are we at? Oh, I see. So hold on. I need to see if I can kind of zoom in right here. So levels are obtained by playing rooms. You get a certain number of points for each question, and then there are 21 obtainable levels. So if you have greater than 0, I can't really move my mouse, otherwise it'll go away. So if you have greater than 0, you're a neophyte, and then you just get to certain levels. So I'm at a legend, so I have greater than 20,000 points, and I can go into Guardian, Titan, Sage, Vanguard, Shogun, Ascended, Mythic, and Eternal. And I definitely want to be in Eternal. But I mean, I'm getting there. It's pretty nice to see. There's a lot to achieve. This is pretty cool. I didn't realize that they had that kind of a scoring system. But usually, or previously, they used to say that you're, in the top whatever percent, and now it doesn't show it to me. But whatever. So out of the millions of users, I'm currently at rank 5767. So that is it. If you found this video useful, and if you want to find more videos on our channel and get notified of more videos on the channel, I encourage you to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Drop a comment, ask a question, say hi, all that stuff. You now know where I am on TryHackMe, so you can definitely add me on TryHackMe as well. And yeah, this was a great series. I loved the CySec101 training series. I got a chance to actually fill in some of the blanks of my own foundational education, and it was very useful for me personally. And I hope that you actually go through it and you improve on your cybersecurity education and get all of your foundations solid as well before you move on to the advanced stuff. The better your foundations are, the better you will be at the advanced stuff. The link to TryHackMe is in the description below, so you can definitely check that out. And of course, again, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, drop a comment, and say hi, ask a question, all of that good stuff. And I would love to see you inside of the community, and I would love to see you in the comment section. If you're serious about your CySec training and want access to me on Discord, consider joining Hackaholics Anonymous. We have 4 tiers: the Supporter, Agent, Guardian, and Master. Each tier gets their own Discord server and early access to content. The Agent, Guardian, and Master levels get exclusive content, exclusive downloads, monthly Python automations, live streams with me every month, bug bounties, plus so much more. And to join, you can simply click the link in the description below, or you can go to our homepage and click the join button there, or you can go to youtube.com/@HankHacksHackers/join, and you will be able to join Hackaholics Anonymous. I hope I see you in the Discord chats. If not, I hope I see you in the comment section, and that's it. It's your boy Hank Hackerson at Hank Hacks Hackers, your favorite network and system attacker/protector. If no one else loves you, Hank loves you. Love, peace, and chicken grease. And I will see you in the next video later.